Hey everyone, it's Sarah. Let's talk a bit more about mindset and how your beliefs really impact what you can manifest and why you need to stop playing small today. So, we live in this interesting time, 2022 now. A lot of people are getting into spirituality, law of attraction, new age stuff, maybe even other occult stuff. But basically, a large part of the population is opening up to the idea that you can manifest things. While there is this large part of people that is starting to believe in the universe and starting to believe in manifestation, there is of course a part of the population that doesn't believe these things at all. And what I find interesting is that usually when you talk to these people, usually counter saying the same things, all of them. They will say something like, oh, if this stuff works, then why isn't everyone rich? And that's really what I want to talk about today, because that really goes into mindset and our beliefs. If you think about it, it is a good counter argument. Like, why is not everyone that is spiritual and believes in manifestation, like why aren't all these people extremely wealthy yet? Why not? Obviously something's going wrong, right? This is what I want you to think about today. First of all, most people don't really want to be rich. Maybe they would say they want to, but they actually don't. Another thing that comes to mind is most people don't take action, and most people don't shoot for the stars, they shoot for the ceiling. This is if you aren't already a wealthy person, okay? Or if you aren't already born into a wealthy family. But let's say you're going to your whole family and all of your friends and you ask everyone if they want to be rich. Probably 100% of them would say yes, right? But then if you investigate a little bit further, then they actually don't. If you really start talking to people, you'll realize that they have horrible beliefs about money, that they believe rich people are evil, that they believe all the evil in this world is coming through greed and money. So that's one thing. And then also a lot of people aren't willing to do the work that it takes. Most people are much more comfortable in their comfort zone, or they're much more comfortable complaining about their external circumstances. Yeah, I want to be rich, but I can't because, and then they will follow up with an excuse. And that's the victim mindset, of course. Yeah, if you think of taking action, it kind of goes in together with the same thing. Most people don't take action. So let's say they all say they want to be rich, right? But then again, if you keep asking more and if you're asking them what they're willing to do for it, then they will come up with excuses. And they will come up with excuses why they don't have the time, or that there's no way for them, that they don't believe that they have any opportunities to make something happen. And they will come up with all these excuses, even though we live in this day and age where there's literally endless opportunities to make money, basically, or where there's great side hustles. And a lot of the time people start side hustles and then they start making more money with their side hustles than with their main job. But again, if you talk to people that are in this scarcity mindset and this victim mindset, they will tell you all the reasons why they can't take action. Then there's also a group of people that they want to take action, but they end up never doing it anyways. And that is a very large portion of people too, that they say they want to take action, but then when it comes to actually starting, they never get started. They will Netflix the weekend, they retire from work, something else. They're just never really willing to sacrifice the time that it takes to build something, to start something. And of course it takes courage, because especially when you start something new and when people around you find out, there's always this feeling of, you may feel nervous because when you fail, you may feel embarrassed, and you may feel like people are going to be talking about me now because I'm failing and I started something that's not working out. But if you think about it, who cares? Because these people didn't even have the courage to start something in the first place. So why do you think they matter? That's a big part of it. And as far as shooting for the ceiling, man, I honestly, if I think about these three factors, the not taking action, the not shooting for the stars, and the fact that the people that will tell you they want to be rich but they actually don't want to be really rich, I can't decide which one is the most important one, but maybe they're all equal, I don't know. But as far as not shooting for the stars, this one is so deep, because listen, all the people that were born into rich families, this is a completely different story, but for like the average person or for the relatively poor person, it is so incredibly difficult to detach yourself from your environment and from what you saw around yourself growing up. Or if you look at your friends and everyone is just struggling to even get by. And I live in the United States, I think 60% of people would be bankrupt if there was a $500 emergency. I wished I had looked up the statistic. I didn't. This is just something I heard. It just tells you that literally people are so close to financial ruin. That is so sad. And as I mentioned in another video, I was raised, well, in a first world country, Germany. Germany, but still my mother was a single mother. She was not working. I grew up on something that is like the equivalent of maybe welfare in America. I don't know, but it's so incredibly difficult to detach yourself from that because, you know, all those experiences that your brain remembers growing up and seeing people around you, it's so difficult to detach yourself from that and believe that you can achieve so much more. And this is really where this wealth ceiling comes in, because if all you ever see is people struggling, then for you to just have enough money to comfortably eat and pay your rent and your transportation and, you know, basically just survive and then have some money left over, sometimes that can seem like that's enough. But here's the thing, if this is all that you strive for, this is all that you're ever gonna get. So I don't know where I got this phrase from. You know, most people aren't shooting for the stars, they're shooting for the ceiling. I mean, it sounds kind of corny, but it's so true, because again, you ask someone and they will tell you, oh yeah, of course I want to be rich. But when you really talk to them and ask them about their desires, all they actually want is just getting by. And sadly, if this is really your inner desire, I mean, words don't really mean much when you feel something entirely different. The actual desire says, I just want to feel secure enough that I have next month's rent and food and bills covered, you know what I mean? So this is sadly all that you're going to get. This is why when you level up in life and when you decide to get on a path of success and wealth building, then you really have to get out of this mindset of just getting by, because this is all you believe that you can achieve. You aren't really believing yourself that you actually want to create wealth, because your inner desire says that you just want to get by, and therefore this is all that you will ever receive in life. You won't receive better opportunities and your paycheck won't get bigger and you won't get that promotion, and you will also self-sabotage to not start a side hustle or think about other money-making opportunities. So that's the reason why not everyone that believes in manifestation or that believes in the universe is able to use it in a way where it results in wealth. First of all, you don't follow through with action and you don't actually think of a path for yourself where the universe can come and help you out, you know? So you don't take action, or turns out you actually don't even want to be rich because you have horrible beliefs of what a rich person actually is and what money actually is. So money as a result is always going to run away from you. And if you hate rich people, if you think they're all super greedy, you will never be one of them. If you don't really take a real look at yourself and at your beliefs and also about your fears that are connected to money and wealth, you know, if you don't really take all of this apart, you're really going to get stuck and you think you want wealth, but actually your energy says, I want my rent covered, you see? This is really deep because there's a huge difference on an energetic level between survival and, I want to say, prosperity, right? And like, as long as you're in this scarcity mindset and as long as you have all these fears related to money, you really won't get anywhere, because you have to look at why you have those fears, why you have those beliefs, and why you don't believe that you can do better. The most basic instinct of any living being is survival, you know, humans and animals too. But of course, as humans, we're a lot smarter and a lot more evolved. Therefore, survival is like the lowest instinct that we have. But as long as you can't get around this and you still struggle down there, and I'm saying down there because as a pranic healer, I can tell you that, you know, our lower chakras, or especially in pranic healing, it's the basic chakra that is like the bottom of the spine. It's a little bit different than like the 7 chakra system, but anyways, the lowest chakra, that's your survival instinct that is there. And survival is connected to feeling secure. And the sad reality is that in this day and age, if you're poor, if you're broke, you don't have any security. And this is the feeling that you have connected to money. And this is why you can't manifest wealth as long as you stay in this energy. And in my opinion, getting out of there is the most difficult part, because once you're on the path to prosperity, you know, it just keeps adding up, coming in, because you're far removed from the survival zone. You're now in that zone where you feel very comfortable and you know you're always gonna have money. The world can shut down for 6 months and you're gonna have money to pay rent and eat. That is a feeling of security, you know? So since you're out of that mode and in the prosperity mode, once you're tapped into that, it just keeps building, you know? That's where you see your money growing. I hope you found this video helpful, and let me know your thoughts, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!